All right, today we're talking about mobilization techniques, and this is the pressure wave and also smashing and flossing. Now, these terms are not my own. These terms are by Kelly Starrett. I've read his book, Supple Leopard, and I just want to bring this information to you and my clients. Okay, so pressure wave. What is pressure wave? Well, I thought I'd roll out the hamstring to demonstrate how to do this technique, but I want you to know that you can apply the pressure wave technique to any muscle on your body. So let's look at how we do that. So I'm going to use a ball that's a little bit bigger than a lacrosse ball. Will a lacrosse ball work here? Yes. Does a softball work better for me and my body? Yes. The reason why, it's a little bit more broad. We're going to be rolling out the hamstring, which is a broad muscle. So I need a little bit more stuff to my tool. So this kind of gets smothered. This gets smothered by my leg, whereas this tool does not. However, this is a little bit more pinpoint, so remember that. If you're struggling to get into it with a broad surface, get in there with that little pinpoint surface. You might not be able to move the ball much or pressure wave, but you will be able to smash and floss, and that's another technique that I'm going to be talking about today. So let's start with the pressure wave with this soft ball. So pressure wave means we're going to find some tissue that's bothering us, and then we're going to wave. We're going to roll over that tissue. The slower the better. So I've got my leg propped up so my foot's not touching the ground, and we're going to target the hamstrings. I can even get into the adductors a little bit here, especially up into the groin. All right, so I'm rolling out through the hamstring muscle tissue. I can get out to the side of the leg, and I can get out to the inside of the leg. That's what it is. That's what the pressure wave is. We're just finding a bad spot and we're doing micro movements over that area. I found a bad piece right here, so I'm just doing a micro move over it. I can apply extra pressure if I want. I'm keeping the pressure right around 7 out of 10. So I'm not like, I'm not dying, but I'm also not like, this is a walk in the park, right? You want to feel some discomfort here. And when you find that discomfort, make sure that you breathe. If you're tight, there's a good chance everything else will be tight. And we need to stay relaxed. We need to stay loose so that this area relaxes and that trigger point can let go. A trigger point is like a knot in the muscle. The muscle is not actually in a knot, but it's gummed up, and we're trying to improve the mechanisms and the mechanics and the way that muscle tissue moves and works. So we want to relax so that that area relaxes. So here's the pressure wave. I can work all the way down towards the bottom of the leg. I can also get a little crazy and work up right in the groin, right up here. So the hamstring runs from the bottom of this joint all the way up to this hip joint, and I'm trying to get all those areas. So that's the pressure wave. Again, the faster you go, the less effective. Go slow over that tissue, minimum 2 minutes to affect a positive change. Let's talk about the smash and floss. So right now, what was I doing? Well, I'm smashing. Again, that's Kelly Starrett's term for opening up the tissue. So when we smash and floss, we're gonna pin down whatever point is not so good. So for me, whenever I stretch my hamstrings, this area right here typically feels pretty tight. So I'm gonna pin that area, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go through knee flexion, and then knee extension, then knee flexion. So again, knee extension and knee flexion. Now with weight on my leg, I can drive deeper into the muscle tissue and affect a better change. So I've elevated my butt off this surface that I'm propped up on. Now there's a lot, the only thing holding me up here is my hand and this ball. So there's a lot of pressure on my hamstring muscle group. So I can tack it down, pin down that tissue, and then go ahead and mobilize that tissue through knee extension and knee flexion. So I would do this for about 15 reps before I move on to another target area. And again, we want to do this for a minimum of 2 minutes. I know I just said 15 reps, but we want to affect the muscle over the course of 2 minutes. So if I'm finished 15 reps and 2 minutes is not done, I'm going to move to another part of that hamstring tissue, and again, repeat reps until the 2 minutes is up. Oh, I found a good spot. I want you to breathe out through the worst spots. Relaxing and breathing out through the worst spots is so crucial to smashing and flossing and to the pressure wave. Breathe to relax. So you can do that for any muscles on the body. Pressure wave, any muscle on the body. Some are a little bit trickier than others. Some respond better to smashing and flossing. Some respond better to pressure waving. You're gonna have to play and get creative and target your tight trap muscles, your tight bicep muscles, your tight tricep muscles, your tight forearm muscles, your calves, your quads, your outer thigh, the foot. Try this pressure wave principle and the smash and floss principle on each of those muscle surfaces, especially the ones that are bothering you. Okay, those are the two techniques. Good luck, have fun. All right, so in this video demonstration, I want to talk about how to apply weight through muscle tissue without having to push down on your own body. So we can use tools like a heavy medicine ball or this is called a sand bell. So this is a kettlebell. This is called a sand bell. So this is full of sand and this is 40 pounds. So that's pretty heavy. So let's say we're rolling out the calf muscles. So I'm gonna take this ball and I'm gonna roll out my calf muscle here. So this is pretty nasty already, but say I need more weight and I'm getting, this isn't enough. Like I'm putting my leg on top of my other leg and I'm not getting enough weight through the ball. I actually am getting enough weight through the ball, so this is gonna be nasty with a 40-pound bag. But here we go. So I could take this ball, and just hang out right here, and I could go through a pressure wave, or I could go through a smash and floss, or I could just sit there and breathe because it's nasty. So now let's say this ball isn't as effective as I want it to be. I can use another tool. Here comes a 40-pound sand bell onto my shin. Don't just throw it on. Woo! There we go. There we go. Okay, breathe, Steph. Breathe, Steph. Oh yeah, that is nasty. That is nasty. So I can't really do much of a pressure wave right now because of how painful it is. I'm sitting around an 8 or a 9 out of 10 in terms of pain through the calf, and I can still breathe. I could add a little bit more pressure. Oh, no, that's too much. I wouldn't be able to coach while taking that much pain. So I don't need that much pain to affect change here. So I'm gonna set my timer for 2 minutes. I'm gonna use this weight and mobilize that tissue. If you can handle weight and pressure wave and smash and floss, chances are the system is getting really healthy and functioning optimally. If it is, good work, good job. You're applying the tools properly. So that's a way that we can add weight to the system. I could, if I was laying on my back, rolling out my tricep, throw that sand bell on my arm, pins it down through the ball. If I was rolling out, say, my inner thigh and I wanted more weight on my outer thigh, again, I could put it more again onto my outer thigh. Let's try to demonstrate that for you. So this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. I'm gonna put this ball set up here. All right, so we're on my inner thigh and I'm not getting enough pressure through the system. So rather than just pushing my hand here, I'm gonna be lazy today. I just wanna relax. So I'm gonna take this 40-pound bag, if I can pick it up. There we go. So now, oh yeah, there we go. That's effective. So I'm gonna set it into a position where I can just breathe. And we're getting into the adductor now. So that's a way we can increase more pressure through the system, release that gummed up tissue, and get back to training pain-free and having fun. There we are. Good luck. Have fun.